And Helen and Mark. Well, Pop, this is in places of a letter that I was going to write. I thought, well, I've never sent a tape to you, so here we are, here goes. Before I do anything else, I must thank you for that lovely gift that you sent. We received it yesterday, and boy, is it ever going to be useful? I'm going to get Angela on the tape when she wakes up. She does makes all kinds of noises now, and she's giggles and laughs. And I just went up to the shop today and got her up to the clinic today and got her weighed, and she weighs exactly 16 pounds, and she's 3.5 months old now. So you can see that she's quite a plump one. Christopher and Susan are at school, and Kimmy's outside playing, so I've got the whole house nice and quiet to myself. So I thought, well, here goes. I must get on with this tape, because otherwise I might just as well have written a letter. I shall try and get Mick on the tape tonight, but if he doesn't come home until late, I won't be able to get him on, and I'm determined I'm going to get this tape off to you. So I can only keep my fingers crossed and hope that he comes in reasonably early. Well, here comes Kim. I'll just get him to say a few words. Well, it wasn't Kimmy, it was my cleaner who came for... I've sent some laundry to the cleaners. And tell you a few things that have happened just recently that I don't think I've written home about. We had Angela christened a week ago Sunday, on Mick's birthday that was, on the 9th of September. And I had a girl out here called Barbara Dyson. She came from Chelmsford originally, and she went to the St. Philip's Priory. She's a bit older than I am. She's about 35, I think. And her mother was a midwife, and she delivered Wendy, who you know. That's Mabel's sister's last child. And so everything is linked up very closely here. We had a little party, and all the people we had were from Essex. There was Jack and Janet Holmes. They're from Romford. They got married at Romford, and she was brought up in a pub. And there was Barbara's husband. He comes from Great Baddow. In fact, he comes from somewhere up Vicarage Road. And then we had my next door neighbours, Bob and Barbara again. She's English, and Bob, her husband, was the only Canadian here except for all the kiddies. And we had another girl. Her husband didn't come. Dora Moore. She was from not Braintree, Billericay, and she went to the Tech. And she has a lovely girl. She's 11 years old, and she's called Angela. And there was she has a boy, same age as Susan, and a little girl of 2. And Barbara, the godmother, has 2 adopted little boys. I should have mentioned right at the beginning there, when I was telling you about Barbara going to the Priory, etc., that we had chosen her as godmother for Angela. I'm sorry, I just got all wound up and carried on. Well, we had a week's holiday, the last week before the kids went back to school, and we had a lovely hot week. In fact, the best week of the whole summer, because we didn't have a particularly good summer this year. And we just lazed around mainly, and the water was very warm where we went. Sea water was. Miles and miles of beach, warm, hot beach, and as the water comes in, of course, the water's just like your bath water. It's just lovely. And Christopher loves collecting things, and this particular island where we went is, there's one beach where you can get fossils, and there's 2 or 3 beaches where there's beautiful shells, and it looks like you can actually see the rock formations where it was obviously boiling rock has rolled down and into crevices and things like that. We'll send you some photographs which we took, and you can see pockets, air pockets, and the bubbles that as the air came through the ground and out through the rock, and oh, it's just fabulous. Mick and I just couldn't get over it. It was just wonderful. And we're sitting. I've got some photographs of me and the kitties sitting on these air pockets that stayed. Angela, of course, was wonderful. I never had a baby like her. She sleeps from about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And this has been going on since she was about 2 weeks of age. I don't know why the others couldn't have been like it. I don't really. Maybe I had them when I was too young. I don't know. Anyway, we sure got a lot of fun out of this little one. I'm so happy with her, and she's a real joy to us all. And kitties just dote on her. It's wonderful to see them. Even Kimmy, who we thought might be a little bit jealous, just adores her. And she just knows them so well, and she laughs her head off at them. And yeah, I could go on all day about her. But anyway, we will enclose some photographs of her. And thank you, Jess and Ursula, for the 2 coloured photographs you sent us. I'm very sorry I haven't written back, but I just don't seem to be able to get around to it. Well, Pop, we have a lot of plans for this money. Mick suggests that I get myself a little car, and of course I would just love that. Thought we could get one for about $100 and $150. And it's so hard for me to go around now with with all 4 of them, which I don't often do anyway, but if when I do, like, they're going to start skating pretty soon now, and I was just going to let Chris and Sue go. I was going to take them a few times, and then they were going to go on their own, but if I have the car, well, I can let Kimmy learn as well, and they're all just dying to learn this ice skating. And of course, the time that they should have learned when we were in Calgary, where we had lots of ice, they didn't, but now out here we only have the 2 regular ice rinks, but at least they're downtown anyway. And so anyway, we're going to buy them some roller skates at Christmas, and as far as that goes, that's wonderful to learn on, because that's how I ice skate anyway. I was able to roller skate for a long while before I ever put any ice skates on. As Jess might remember, I think we went skating once at the Corn Exchange. My swimming has had to go again this fall. I haven't done any serious swimming at all this summer, so although I completed 11 of my 13 lessons last fall for my bronze, I'm going to let it go until after Christmas, and then join after Christmas and see if I can get my bronze. If I do get it, and I'm sure that I will, I shall be a fully qualified teacher then, and lifeguard at any pool anywhere. So it's something that I really would like to get. We are going to get a new carpet for our front room with this money, and I want to get some covers for my chesterfield. You can't imagine what 3 bouncing kids on 1 chesterfield, what it looks like afterwards. It's just dreadful. We had it reupholstered a short while ago. It's a very comfortable old chesterfield, and we had it reupholstered, but it badly needs covers so that I can take them off and wash them every now and again. And those are a couple of our major items, and of course the car as well. And what else had we decided? Oh, I'm going to get all my drapes cleaned. And we have these coin-operated dry cleaning places over here now, as well as the laundrettes. And they're a boon, because you can do twice as much laundry for half the cost. It costs $2 for about a stream of clothing, about 8 pounds of laundry or dry cleaning. So as you can see, it's wonderful for kiddies' school coats and and as I say, drapes and slip covers and things like that. They're wonderful. And Chris is still doing this new arithmetic, this Cusinic arithmetic. It's wonderful. You should. I keep meaning to send this fractions that Chris started in grade 2 when he was only 7 years old. You wouldn't believe it, Dan, the amount of arithmetic that he can do, and they've been slowed up in grade 3 now because this new system of arithmetic isn't in full swing yet, and until they do, they're having to sort of mark time a bit, and we had a talk with a teacher last night, Chris's teacher, and she said that the kids know it themselves that they're being held back. They want to leap on with this new arithmetic that they learned in grade 2, and she said they can't do it because they haven't got the teachers to teach them right now. So they've introduced another kind of arithmetic now, which is even one step better than the previous one to that, and so that's what all the classes are doing now. Is this revised arithmetic. I don't think I've made myself very plain, but I expect you can grasp the meaning. Well, I'm talking to everybody here. I hope Mr. and Mrs. Crick are keeping well, and I can't remember your youngest sister, Ursula. I can't remember her name. I hope your 2 older sisters are keeping well, and your brother, they had a baby, didn't they? Yes. And I heard from Mother the day I came out of hospital with Angela, and she said that, what did she say now? Oh, she said that you hadn't had, she hadn't seen David, I think. Something like that. I should read her letter again. I've written to her a couple of times, or sent her a couple of cards anyway, and I just wrote to her the other day. But I don't expect I shall hear anything until Christmas. I hope that Helen and Mark are doing very well, and both at school now. I should imagine it's very interesting. I know that we find Chris and Susan so interesting. Susan has started to read already. It's wonderful. I can't believe it sometimes. It's a system over here that I think is wonderful. I don't know if you have it back home. It's a look and see. They just see the words. They don't learn not like we used to, this business of learning the vowel, the sounds of oohs and ows and etc., etc. Used to make me feel ill. I can still remember. Of course, anything to do with school would have made me feel ill anyway. Anyway, they have these little figures, Dick and Jane, and the dogs and the cats and things, and they learn from this, and there's nothing that Christopher can't spell, just nothing. It's wonderful. And well, I know that he would amaze you if he could come home, and well, which we will do. We hope to get home within the next couple of 3 years for another holiday. Mick, of course, is very well situated right now. He's got a very good job. He's managing this new plant, this new building supply centre, and he has about 5 or 6 people under him, of which they're mostly all English. Not that he planned it that way, but they just happen to be. Anybody who can get hold of an English person over here knows they've got something, because I don't know what it is about Canadians. They just don't work as well. I hope nobody who is a Canadian ever listens to this tape. They just haven't got the knack for doing a job thoroughly, like the English and any foreigner come to that. But I expect there's good and bad in all types. Well, I'm getting towards the end of this tape here, and I'll go over to the other side, and I'll get Chris and Susan on it when they come home from school. And as I said, I'll try and get Mick on. And I must say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Shelley if they're listening. Thank you so much again for the matinee coats, Mrs. Shelley.
This is Susan speaking. I'm going to sing you a little song. I'm a tree in the woods. When the leaves fall, I tumble. No, I'll sing I'm a tree in the woods. No, not that one. I'll sing in a cottage. In a cottage in the woods, a little man. Sandy! A little man in the window stood, saw a rabbit running so, knocking at the door. Help me, help me, help me, he said, or the hunter will shoot me dead. Little rabbit, come with me, happy we will be. So? Angela rolls over on her back and on her back. And what else should I say? What do you want me to say, Sandy?
Well, it's not what Sandy wants to say, it's what you want to say to Grandpa. How are you all?
Hi, Grandpa. What's those little kids that Deborah and David? Hi, Deborah and David.
How's your other two?
Helen and Mark. I started school now.
What are you doing? Come on.
And I write and I read and there's one thing else I do. I learn songs, color pretty pictures, and
I'm going out to play now.
I'm going out to play now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, Angela's going to be saying a few words now. She's getting a bit hungry. And she's looking at her fingers. And she's going to laugh. Well, that was Angela giggling and laughing here. And she's always got too much to say, far too much to say, haven't you? Oh, funny face. So I guess that's all we'll get out of her.
I found it.
Christopher speaking.
This is Christopher speaking. Angela is laying down beside on the floor. Me and my friend are playing army right now. What are you?
Little soldiers.
With my little soldiers, and I'm going to get a footlocker full.
So I sent $1 away for that.
I sent $1 away for that. And I'm going to start skating today or tomorrow.
Tell them what you think of that.
Angela has got black hair black hair and grey eyes with a
She has. She's got blue eyes.
blue eyes, and a little pink
Little pink what? Little pink nightie.
nightie on, and and she is very cute. Bye.
Okay.
This is Kimmy
Speaking.
speaking.
Would you like to wait outside for me, Gary?
This is Kimmy speaking. This is Kimmy.
All right, you said it once. Now.
This old man, he played when he played knick-knack on my drum with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give-a-dack, boom. This old man came rolling home.
All right, this old man, come on. This old man, he played one. Created the murder, and so anyway, I hope you can decipher all those jumbled up words in his last farewell to you. I have Angela on the ground here with me still on the floor, and she keeps chatting to herself. You might hear her once in a while. I'll sit beside her now. And you heard Susan tell you that she could roll herself over from her tummy to her back. Well, already she rolls herself from her back right onto her side, and it won't be, I don't think it'll be more than a couple of weeks before she rolls herself onto her tummy. She's a very forward little girl. We're all very proud of her, and we think she's lovely. And she chats away here to herself. She was awake nearly all morning, and then she's slept since about 12, and it's about 4 o'clock now. 1:30 as a matter of fact. And I've got a bottle on for her. And she'll be awake now until about 7 or 8, and then she'll go to bed for the night. Then she won't wake up until 7:30 or 8 tomorrow morning. She's not like any of the other three. They used to keep me awake all night practically. Kimmy was a dreadful boy. I used to get up 2 or 3 times in the night with him. Susan wasn't quite so bad, but Chris, I used to get up a couple times a night with him until he was about 7 or 8 months old. But she's an absolute angel. Of course, I couldn't have anything else with when I have the other three. I need somebody like her, otherwise I'd go absolutely hairy. I've got the rest of this tape to go because I've decided I'm going to send this tape without Mick. I know he won't be home until about 10 o'clock tonight because he has to get the ad in the paper for tomorrow. And so I'm going to wrap this up and get it off in the mail this afternoon sometime. You might hear Angela here. What's this? What you got to say? Hey? What are you talking about? Hey? No? No, she's not going to say anything else. Did you hear that dreadful song Kimmy sang about Popeye the Sailor Man? Well, I hope you can understand the words. And, what else? Oh. I wanted her to cry a little bit so you could hear her when she does cry. Come on then. can't think of anything too much else to fill up the rest of this tape, so I think I'll say goodbye and thank you once again, Pop, for that lovely gift. We haven't heard from you, so we can only guess that it was perhaps one of the buns that you got for us, and that one of the numbers came up lucky. Anyway, I'm sure you'll let us know when you write back. Should your letter pass in the mail to us, I'll write you a short letter and let you know that we received your letter. But anyway, it's the 20th today, I think it is. And yes, that's the 20th today. And I hope that you and Jess and Ursula will get around to making a tape and sending it back to us on this little tape. Perhaps it's not too long, and 20 minutes aside, I think. But it's just too much for me to fill up right now. So I must say goodbye now, as I've got to get supper on, and then we'll be finished for the rest of the day. Well, God bless all to you all, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.